So my bread, I have my bread over here. I have to mix it. Either I use my butter or I have jam or something. Okay, when I mix, after mixing is processing at that point. Now I will take this sliced bread and put it inside the toasting machine. Once I put it inside the toasting machine, as at that time it is what? Processing. It is what? Processing. Now after some minutes, I will have to take it out. Okay, I'll have to take it out. When I take it out, the result of processing is the what? Toasted bread. Now you can see our toasted bread over here. Okay, so you take your sliced bread, you rub it with butter, you put it into the toaster, let it process. And as at when you're taking your sliced bread, it is what? Input. Now you put the input into the what? Toaster. The toaster will toast the bread and bring it out what? As toasted bread. Another example, a question was asked, what is 6 plus 7? 6 plus 7 is the input. Now he is processing it. He processes 6 plus what? 7, using his what? Brain. Using his brain to process it. Okay, now the result came out to be what? 32. Output. The output is what? 32. The output will be from what? His mouth. He will give the reply that the answer is 13. 13 is the output. Now you see that 6 plus 7, as at this point, is the data that is imputed. This data can be imputed using the keyboard, and it will be processed using the what? Using the brain of the computer, which is the what? The CPU, and it will display the answer as the what? Output using the monitor. So input, process, output. Input, process, output. Okay, for those of you that has made their Nimbo Pani, okay, you can also make the toasted bread. I believe you will enjoy your Nimbo Pani with what? A toasted bread. When I see you some other time, you have to give me your recipe, okay, when we meet. Now we've learned about how the computer works. We've known that the computer works using the what? The IPO cycle, which is the what? Input, process, and output. And the input, process, and output are the 3 steps by which the computer works. The computer works in 3 steps: input, process, and output. Input, process, and output. The computer works in 3 steps: input, process, and output. Okay, very easy. Next thing we are going to learn is the what? The storage devices. Storage what? Devices. Okay, so we are going to learn about what? Storage devices. Okay, you know, the computer needs to store information one way or the other. Just like our brain, we also store what? Informations in our brain. Likewise, the computer also needs a way by which information can be stored. By which what? Information can be stored. Okay, now the CPU has a device called the what? The hard disk. The CPU has a device called the what? The hard disk. And every data that is being imputed into the computer resides inside the what? Hard disk. Every data that is being imputed by the computer stays inside the what? The hard disk drive. Stays inside the what? The hard disk drive. Now this is the hard disk drive for a desktop computer. This is also the hard disk drive for a laptop what? Computer. So everything we are doing on the computer, it stays inside the what? The hard disk drive. The hard disk can be internal and it can also be what? External. It can be internal and also it can be what? External. But note that the hard disk drive is what? A storage device. Note that it is what? A storage device. Okay, so this is one storage device that is found in the computer. The what? The hard disk drive is the what? Hard disk drive.